then let's get you some courtroom updates for now. In fact, the Supreme Court exempted Yoga Guru Ramdev from personal appearance for the next hearing in the misleading advertisements case. Additionally, the Uttarakhand State Licensing Authority apologized to the Supreme Court for non-compliance. In fact, my colleague Ashmit Kumar has been tracking all the developments very, very closely from the courtrooms, gets us all the details. Tell us, Ashmit.
Well, Baba Ramdev as well as Patanjali Ayurved again in focus. The contempt hearing was heard just a few moments back in the Supreme Court right behind me. What's important is that there was a second round of apology ads that were issued by Baba Ramdev as well as Patanjali Ayurved. Those second round of ads, which were significantly larger than the first round of ads, were displayed, were shown to the apex court. And this is something that was welcomed by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that this is a welcome change. These advertisements that have been published, they mention not just Patanjali Ayurved like the first advertisement, but also mention Baba Ramdev as seen apologizing to the public. These ads were issued in national dailies, and this is something that the apex court has welcomed, saying that this is a marked difference from the first advertisement that was put out, which was more akin to a small classified ad. Now, what's important is that on the back of all of this, some relief has come Baba Ramdev's way. Mukul Rahat, the counsel appearing for Baba Ramdev, had sought for exemption from personal appearance. Baba Ramdev, keep in mind, has been appearing in person in all these contempt proceedings. He was here before the apex court as well just a few moments back. He has now been exempted. Baba Ramdev has now been exempted from a personal appearance for the next date of hearing. So when the next hearing happens here, in this case, the contempt case, Baba Ramdev will not have to appear before the top court of the country. But at the same time, important to mention that Supreme Court points out that this is only a one-time measure for now. So the interim relief only for the next hearing, no personal exemption, no personal hearing required for Baba Ramdev. That's one side of the story. The other, of course, is the apex court coming down hard on the state licensing authorities for lack of action. Now, it is in response to that that we find that the state licensing authority for the state of Uttarakhand submitted an affidavit before the top court of the country where they've clarified that they've initiated taking action against Baba Ramdev and Patanjali Ayurved. One, they point out that a criminal complaint is to be filed against Baba Ramdev as well as Patanjali Ayurved. The process for that has been initiated by the state licensing authority. Not just that, the SLA also clarified before the top court that the manufacturing license for as many as 14 products of Patanjali Ayurved has now also been suspended. This suspension is in effect for a 3-month period, subject to appeal, but nonetheless, action taken by the SLA, manufacturing license being suspended by the Uttarakhand State Licensing Authority. This again is something that was welcomed by the apex court, but very specific pointed questions were asked of the officers of the State Licensing Authority, why it took them such a long time to spring into action. Could no action have been taken without the reprimand coming from the top court of the country? Why is the Supreme Court's intervention required for the state licensing officers to do their job, to do their duties? And this is something that the state licensing authority officers will now have to come back on, will have to clarify on affidavits. So clearly, the apex court coming down hard on Patanjali Ayurved, exempting Baba Ramdev from a personal appearance for the next date of hearing, but nonetheless asking questions of the state licensing authorities why action against him wasn't taken earlier. Back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Ashmit. Well, let's move on now and get